using my hand like a shield to protect my greatest asset. "Did you bring a swim cap to protect that mop?" Stevie asks as she steps onto the porch. I sweep my fingers through the brown hair sitting over my forehead. "I would never subject these tresses to that kind of barbaric treatment." She opens the door of the minivan and sits shotgun. "You count scissors as a tool of torture but not chlorine?" "Shh!" I shield my hair from her words. "Not so loud. My hair has nightmares about scissors." We head for the city pool, where most of our fellow Sunset Heights Hawks graduates are already hanging around. There's a table of food and drinks beside the pool and a bunch of music equipment set up for a DJ. Maybe the music will set the scene for later. A romantic song or two to help Stevie see the potential we have. Soon, we're swallowed up in the crowds, chatting with friends, last opportunities to see many of them as people head to different colleges, universities, and jobs. Stevie and I are both heading to the same school, thankfully. I can't imagine doing college without her. I can imagine, however, walking around campus with my arm around her, meeting up between classes to hang out on the lawn. "Welcome, everyone," comes the voice of our class president, Jamie, over the loudspeaker, "to the night you've all been waiting for." The crowds go wild with clapping, whistles, and cheers, and my gaze flits to Stevie, standing next to 4 of her girlfriends a few feet away from me. Everyone loves Stevie, which makes me feel extra grateful I somehow get to be her best friend. If only I were content with just that. A rush of nerves cycle through me again. I need to know whether I have a chance with her, though, or I'll go crazy. "We really want you to enjoy yourselves tonight," says Jamie. "So we've provided food, drinks, swimming, and music. But not just any music." The crowd is silent as we wait for the punchline, and my eyes scan the music equipment for any sign of who the DJ might be. We had a pretty good one for senior prom, but it's not like I'd recognize his name. Jamie lets the suspense last a few seconds longer. "Sunset Heights class of 2015, please welcome our very own Austin Shepard." My jaw slips open and my stomach drops as my brother runs out between the sound equipment, waving and smiling at the cheering crowd. My gaze flicks to Stevie, who's jumping up and down with the girls around her, as if it was Bruno Mars running on stage instead of my older brother. Austin's familiar voice comes over the loudspeaker, and I try to smile and laugh as my friends elbow me and make comments about him. Austin is a really talented guy, and super good looking. Something recognized by every single girl at Sunset Heights with a beating heart. Chief among those girls is Stevie, unless I'm wrong, and all the other girls have also written in their diaries about visions of standing backstage to cheer for Austin at sold-out arenas as he plays songs written for them as inspiration. It's been a couple of years since I got that very unwelcome eyeful at Stevie's house, and I hope she's grown out of wanting those things. Watching her sing along to Austin's songs is giving me doubts, though. Some people are slow dancing, some are clustered around the food and drinks, and a lot are in the pool. It's starting to get dark, and I realize I don't have all the time in the world to do what I promised myself I'd do tonight. I can't very well go up to her in front of her friends and confess my feelings, though. I'm pathetic, but not that pathetic. My luck seems to be in, however, when Austin takes a break and Stevie comes over to me. "No wonder your mom was being so cryptic," she says, her cheeks pink and her mouth stretched in a huge smile. "You really didn't know?" "I really and truly didn't," I say, forcing my teeth to unclench so I can fake a smile. Trust Austin to appear when I least want him around. I wouldn't be surprised if he managed to materialize in front of me in the very moment I'm telling Stevie how I feel about her. "Oh, he's starting again already," Stevie says, turning toward the stage. The music to one of his ballads starts up, and she claps. "I love this one." I sigh. Me too. When I said I hoped the band would provide some fitting music for my plans, I hadn't really been imagining Austin as the provider of that music. I guess that's my bad. I'm just not imaginative enough.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.